Nicole here, and this is my matchday review for Southampton versus Manchester United. But first and foremost, I would just like to say to Luke Shaw, get well soon, Luke. We're all completely behind you. Stay strong, and I 100% know you have the capability to be back fitter, stronger, and better than ever. In regards to the loss itself against PSV, obviously not the start to our Champions League campaign that we wanted. However, it isn't over yet. Champions League is back. Week on Wednesday at Old Trafford. I'll see you there. So fingers crossed we can bounce back from that defeat. The worst has happened, so surely, hopefully it can only get better. So yeah, let's bounce back from that, make the fans proud and make Luke proud too, of course. So I had to get that in there. So back to the Premier League yesterday, of course. Marcos Rojo replaced Luke Shaw in your left back position, leaving Daley Blind at centre back with Chris Smalling, which I was happy to see. I think our strongest attribute so far this season has been our defence, and a big part in that, other than Luke of course, who has been exceptional, has been the developing partnership between Chris or Mike, depending on who you are, and Daley Blind. So yeah, we'll have to see how that develops while Luke's injured, if the manager keeps Rojo at left back, or maybe puts Young there, or maybe mixes things up a bit with a back four. We'll have to see. But for yesterday, he said it was fitting as he plays that role for his country, Argentina. The game in numbers, United got the away win 3-2, and we went second, 2 points behind City, and our new number 9 scored twice, meaning he's now scored 3 goals in 3 games. So that's a lot of numbers for you, isn't it? Mata got our 3rd goal, and I think we're seeing something good developing here between Mata and between Martial. They seem to complement each other brilliantly, and I was so glad that they both scored yesterday. Well deserved. Sad to see Rooney again not at his best, not scoring and seeming to be a bit frustrated, which makes us as fans frustrated, but fingers crossed it's just a blip. He just happens to be at Manchester United, and all players have blips, but of course the spotlight is fully on him. We know he's capable of, he's breaking record and he's going for the record, so fingers crossed as the season develops, so will Rooney. So will Rooney's play. So yeah, the 2 goals scored by Southampton were both scored by Pella, the Italian, and the first goal came after a marvellous save by David, a shot from Mane, who was linked to Manchester United, but then who wasn't. Then unfortunately off the rebound, Pella scored that, putting Southampton 1-0 up. Can United still be the comeback kings? Well, clearly we can. Maybe not with exceptional style, but we could do it, because we went from 1-0 and we went to 2-1 up thanks to the new French number 9, Anthony Martial, and then Mata scoring 3rd, obviously, with Pella again scoring again for Southampton, with a header later on in the match. So lots of goals, which is good to see. We expected David to be busy, he was busy, but some great saves. So although Anthony Martial got man of the match, I think David would be a close second for me, because he contributed in that win just as much as the other 10 players in his team. And I would argue he's not just the best goalkeeper in Premier League right now, but one of the best in world football right now. And you may disagree, that's absolutely fine, but the chances are if you do, you might be a Madrid fan. Well, I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud here. So yeah, 3 very important points. Very early in the season, of course, but second is always great. Lots to still improve, obviously. Still a team in transition, but if we can get these away wins, obviously vital. And if we can, with Anthony, of course, he seems to be able to get something out of nothing. So even though our game might be dull and we might not be as creative as we want to be, if we have a player, a striker, who can get a bit of magic out of nothing and get into space and score goals, and that's great, because then when we are at our best, it can only get better. And plus he's so young, he still needs to develop and gain experience, so surely he can only get better. And his composure for me is just excellent at his age, coming to a foreign country, playing for a team like Manchester United. He can't speak the language yet, but the way that we want him to speak he's doing. He's scoring goals, which is brilliant to see. Him and De Gea were the difference yesterday for me. Obviously great to see Matt scoring as well. And yeah, 3 away points. A hard game as expected. Had possession at times, other times not so much, but not making much of it. But then the little moments that we did, thankfully, we managed to score. We managed to get the 3 points away from home. Second in the table, all still to play for. Coming up next, Capital One Cup on Wednesday against Ipswich. Hopefully we'll get to see some youth there. It was good to see McNair come on yesterday, Paddy, so we might see him on Wednesday for the Capital One Cup and maybe some more youth, who knows. And then obviously Sunderland back at Old Trafford next week, and then Champions League the week after. So exciting times, still a team in transition, still not at our best, but we're not at our best and we're second, and we finally seem to be scoring goals, which is what we want. So when we are at our best, it should be great to see. But bear in mind, it's still very much a rebuilding process. I'm not going to speak too soon and say that we're going to win the league, because it's September, for goodness sake. We've got a while to go yet. Chelsea could come back in it, and anything could happen as of every single game. Really, just have to take it as it comes. But the main thing I took from yesterday was I am so grateful that David De Gea is still a United player. That rhymes, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. It's so good to still have him here, and I'm so proud of Martial. I hope Rooney improves and gets as good as we know he can be, and I hope that this continues to develop over the season, and we can get these hard wins and we can scrape them out, and yeah, and then we can have some entertaining matches too. It would be nice. But yeah, there were moments of that yesterday, so we'll hopefully see that as the season goes on. But main thing is 3-2, 3 points, second place, all still left to play for. The future looks bright with our new number 9, and it's good to still have David here. So overall, a good day. 3 points in the bag for United, and yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Louis did say that this is a statement that we could challenge for the title. Can we challenge for the title? I don't know, but what I do know is we're going the right way about it. If we're not 100% yet, and we're where we are, if we can get better, if we can scrape out these wins, and seeing how we are against the bigger teams, then never say never. That's what I say at this stage right now. Never say never. And yeah, let's just see how it goes. But main thing is we got the win, and also left to play for, really. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's my review, and I'll see you again soon for another one. If you like this video, please like it. What did you think of the game? Please comment. And if you want to see more of me, Ugly Mug, then subscribe. Why not? I'll see you again soon.